Hey everyone, welcome back to the Wildwood Simply Farms YouTube channel. My name is Grayson, and in today's video, I want to share with you how to prevent your bees from starving. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Number one is to never trust warm spells. When you get those random warm days in winter, don't assume your bees are doing fine. Warm spells actually cause colonies to burn through food much faster. The bees break cluster, start flying, and sometimes even begin raising brood because the temperature tricks them. And once brood is in the hive, the bees must keep it warm 24/7, which uses even more resources. So those sunny days can actually be the most dangerous part of winter. Always remember, warm weather doesn't mean the colony is safe, it means you should check their weight. So tip number two is to check your hive weight every 2 to 3 weeks. Instead of opening your hive, inspecting frames, and chilling the bees, make a habit of doing a simple weight check. Every 2 or 3 weeks, just tilt the hive from the back and feel how heavy it is. If it suddenly feels lighter than last time, that's your early warning sign that your bees are burning through stores. Starvation usually creeps up quietly and then hits fast. So these regular weight checks let you stay ahead of the danger. Tip number three is to not break open the cluster. In winter, your bees depend on that tight cluster to survive. All their heat is inside that ball, and if you open the hive too long or even pull frames, you're releasing heat they spent hours building. That forces them to use even more food to warm the cluster back up. If you need a feed, make it fast. Lift the lid, place the fondant directly above the cluster, and close it back up again. The less time the hive is open, the better your bees can maintain the warmth they need. Tip number four is to keep food close to the cluster. When feeding in winter, placement is everything. Your bees may not be able to move far when temperatures drop. Even a full sugar brick won't help if it's several inches away from the cluster. Put the food directly above the cluster so they can reach it without having to break cluster. Bees naturally move upward as they consume food, so placing feed right above them matches how they instinctively travel through the hive. Tip number five is to reduce heat loss. You don't need to insulate like northern beekeepers do, but you do want to prevent unnecessary heat loss. Make sure the top cover fits well, that the inner cover isn't dripping moisture, and tilt the hive forward so condensation can escape instead of falling onto your bees. Moisture is far more dangerous than cold. By reducing drafts and managing moisture, your bees burn less energy trying to stay warm, and that means they use less food throughout winter. So tip number six is to not overfeed liquid in cold weather. When nights consistently drop into the 40s, it's time to stop feeding liquid syrup. Syrup adds moisture to the hive, and in cold weather, that moisture turns into condensation that drips onto your cluster. That can kill or chill your bees. Liquid feed also requires more energy for bees to process. During winter, solid feeds like fondant or sugar bricks keep your colony fed without introducing extra moisture or stressing the bees. Tip number seven is the real danger months, which consist of January through February. The biggest starvation risk isn't early winter, it's actually January and February. This is when your bees start raising brood again, and brood takes a tremendous amount of energy to heat and feed. Colonies can go from having plenty of stores to being dangerously low in just a few days. This is that time of year when you should be doing weight checks and emergency feeding. Many colonies starve during this period, even when they look great a month earlier. Tip number 8 is to keep an emergency feed box ready. You can prevent a lot of winter losses just by being prepared. Keep a shim and winter feed ready so that if a hive suddenly feels light, you can feed it immediately. Don't wait to mix something up later or plan a return trip. Winter feeding is all about timing, and when your bees are low, every hour counts. Having emergency feed on hand gives you the ability to save a colony the moment you see a problem. Tip number 9 is to know your baseline hive weight. A great trick is to pick one of your heaviest fall hives and use it as your mental reference point. Tilt that hive and memorize how heavy it feels. That becomes your baseline. Then, when you check the other colonies during winter, you can quickly tell which ones are close to that healthy weight and ones that are getting way too light. You don't need a scale, just consistency. Over time, you'll be able to tell a hive's condition almost instantly. So the final tip is weak colonies need less space. If you have a small or even weak colony, don't leave them in a big stack of boxes. Too much empty space means more heat loss and more energy required to stay warm. Shrinking their living space helps them concentrate heat and conserve food. Reduce them down to the size they can actually cover. A smaller winter footprint can dramatically lower their food consumption and increase their survival chances. Thank you all so much for watching the video. I greatly appreciate it. Could not be here without you. If you would, make sure to smash that thumbs up button. If you smash that like, it really helps this video get out to more viewers and hopefully help those other viewers to prevent their bees from starving. Thank you all so much for watching and have a happy holiday season.